powered by Maersk.
Good evening and welcome, friends. It's Thursday edition of Burning Question, a yippee moment for India as the Chandrayaan 3 inches closer, one step more to landing on the moon, with the lander disengaging from the propulsion module. And we are going to cover that story closely for the next 6 days. Also, another positive development, Pakistan really exposing itself by showing its nerves on the issue of extradition of Tahawur Hussain Rana, the 2611 accused, who's soon going to be in the clutches of Indian agencies and the justice system. But then on this edition of Burning Question, we are going to focus on something which is also of concern to the nation at large, which is about the possibility or not of mediation efforts in the ongoing legal dispute in Gyanvapi case in Varanasi. Let's begin with the headlines first. Republic accesses Pak internal communication. Is Pakistan spooked over Tahawur Rana extradition? Yasin Malik's wife finds place in Pakistan's new caretaker government, takes oath as interim federal minister. Face-off between AAP and BJP as AAP demands debate on Manipur. BJP protests outside the assembly in Delhi. Major face-off in the Jadavpur University as BJP holds protests over the death of a student after ragging.
इस्लाम तो आया ही है 1500 साल पहले, हिंदू धर्म बहुत पुराना है, तो बाहर से आए होंगे 10-20, वो जब मुगलों के वक्त में उनकी फौज में थे, बाकी तो सब हिंदू से ही कन्वर्ट हुए हैं मुसलमान.
Ghulam Nabi Azad says Hinduism is the oldest religion, triggers a political storm in the valley. And Himachal's situation remains grim. Death toll rises to 71 as rains wreak complete havoc. Yet another Chandrayaan 3 milestone, lander separation successful as mission enters final leg. Welcome back, friends. As both the sides, the Hindus and the Muslims, slug it out in the courts on the Gyanvapi case. Is mediation possible is the question we are asking today, because one side, one section of one side, not in agreement with perhaps their own legal team, have come out with a proposal which has been sent to the Gyanvapi Intizamiya Committee or the Mosque Management Committee. But then, is mediation really possible? That's what we are going to discuss. Representing the Hindu side in the Gyanvapi case, Advocate Vishnu Shankar Jain has said that an out-of-court settlement in the case is not legally possible under the prevalent arrangements. The statement comes after Jitendra Singh Besen, the international president of the Vishwa Vedic Sanatan Sangh, someone who was a petitioner earlier, is not anymore, wrote a letter to the Anjuman Intizamiya proposing an out-of-court settlement in the Gyanvapi case, which they are considering apparently. Here is what has unfolded today, and then we debate.
Days after Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath put forth a proposal of amicably resolving the Gyanvapi dispute,
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा. मुझे लगता है कि भगवान ने जिसको दृष्टि दी है वो देखे ना, त्रिशूल मस्जिद के अंदर क्या कर रहा है. हमने तो नहीं रखे ना. ज्योतिर्लिंग हैं, देव प्रतिमाएं हैं, पूरी दीवारें चिल्ला चिल्ला के क्या कह रही हैं. और मुझे लगता है कि ये प्रस्ताव मुस्लिम समाज की तरफ से आना चाहिए कि साहब ऐतिहासिक गलती हुई है और उस गलती के लिए हम चाहते हैं समाधान हो.
One of the Hindu plaintiffs, Rakhi Singh, extended an open invitation to the Gyanvapi Mosque Management Committee proposing an out-of-court settlement. The Anjuman Intizamiya Masjid Committee has said it is willing to consider the offer. However, this move has been met with dissent from the remaining 4 Hindu plaintiffs who have refused the possibility of such a settlement.
जो हिंदुओं का प्रतिनिधित्व करता हो या जो शिव भक्त हैं उनके बारे में उनको अधिकार हो कि वो किसी भी मंदिर के संपत्ति के बारे में, मंदिर की ज़मीन के बारे में समझौता कर सकते हैं। इसलिए मैं साफ तौर से कहना चाहता हूँ कि जो लोग इस तरह का मुहिम चला रहे हैं वो भ्रमित कर रहे हैं, हिंदू जनता में भ्रम पैदा कर रहे हैं, फूट डालना चाहते हैं और वो हिंदू धर्म पे हिंदुओं के गद्दार हैं। इन लोगों से सभी हिंदुओं को सावधान रहने की जरूरत है।
The question is, as the ASI survey goes on, could talks lead to a resolution in the decades-long Gyanvapi dispute? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Welcome back, friends. It was not just about a fortnight back that none other than UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath had suggested that an initiative should come from the Muslim side, and let's see if we can find an out-of-court settlement. Now, another person, Jitendra Singh Besen, who apparently has some disputes with the Hindu side itself, has come out with a proposal. While the source might be disputed, the idea is not. And in that spirit, we are going to discuss whether mediation and out-of-court settlement is possible in the Gyanvapi case or not. Joining me, Vishnu Shankar Jain, lawyer, Hindu side in the case. He's joining us live from Varanasi. He's someone who is spearheading the legal challenge to the Gyanvapi Intizamiya Committee. Also joining us, Vidushi Jaya Bharti, Hindu Dharm Guru. She's joining us live from Delhi. And Atikur Rahman is Islamic scholar. He's joining us live from Mumbai. I'm told in a while we will have Asghar Khan as well, an advocate giving us the Muslim side of the arguments on whether mediation is possible or not. But let me begin with Vishnu Shankar Jain, because apparently, Mr. Jain, you have already rejected the idea. Is it because you don't like the source, or you actually believe that mediation is just not possible? And if yes, why?
See, there is no question of liking or disliking the source. We are against the idea of settlement, compromise, or mediation with a very, very basic and important concept in mind. And the concept is that this entire land, which is within the barricading in Khasra number 9130, is the land of Adi Visheshwar deity. Now, if today I sit on any compromise talks on the table of compromise, any compromise, if you will have a chat with any experienced mediator, will only happen when you are ready to forego some part of your claim. I must tell you with lot of sense of responsibility that me or my senior or the clients whom I represent in this case, we are not ready to sacrifice even an inch of land, on this entire premises, which is Khasra number 9130 within the barricading. So what's the purpose of having a talk? We are fighting our case in the court, and there is no purpose of any compromise talks. And let me also tell you that there's a in the CPC order 23 rule 3A, where such kind of compromises can't happen just by one party. If there are 50 parties in a suit, and even if one party doesn't agree to the compromise, there can be no compromise.
Okay. Vishnu Shankar Jain, before I go to others, quickly, are you making the mistake of understanding mediation from a very narrow legal prism? Because mediation also means that you submit to somebody who has the moral, spiritual and social authority to bring two sides together, and then an amicable solution can be found. I mean, there should be no problem with that. I mean, I'm not saying a narrow legal mediation, but a possible dialogue which can make the parties come to an out-of-court settlement. At least that process can be looked at. Or you are saying no to that also?
No, I'm saying with lot of sense of responsibility, I'm saying that we are not ready for any dialogue in this matter, because I have been in the mediation and settlement process of Ram Mandir. And let me tell you what were the proposals. That please do not say that Places of Worship Act is unconstitutional. Please accept after Ram Mandir, do not talk about any other disputes. So these are the proposals which will come, I know. And please forego a part of your land, or please give an alternate land of 5 acres in lieu of this land. So these are the kind of proposals which will come. And if I'm failing in my understanding, I would like to ask with lot of sense of responsibility that what is the purpose of this compromise or settlement or mediation talks? On
Exactly.
what basis there will be talks? What will be the solution?
Okay. Okay. So I think your concern is there should be no compromise. And
Yes.
that's something which is worrying you. Also, perhaps Places of Worship Act. I will discuss this point by point. Let me take the preliminary views first of the other two participants in the conversation. Atikur Rahman, to you first. Vishnu Shankar Jain says since we are not going to give an inch, and he's actually taking a very legal view of mediation. Do you agree with him that no, mediation is not possible? Let the courts decide.
Abhishek, since day one on this particular controversy, I am saying this, that legalities and the historical, grievances of the people will be dividing the two major communities, that is the Hindus and the Muslims, for all times to come, which should be stopped. And that is why this particular gesture of Mr. Hussain is a very, very welcome step. It's a statesman-like behavior on his part. Let the parties, the real actual parties, they sit together, find a solution. Mr. Jain, there is nothing to lose, there is nothing to gain. We are talking of Astha. We are talking of God. We are talking of the prayers of the people every day going there. Why are you not ready for, just to say that we are not going to compromise by an inch will lead to, chaos in the people's mind. Please welcome the talks.
No, no, Atikur Rahman.
If you are a real
Atikur Rahman.
Hindu, you have to show the big heart, sir.
No.
Please understand the
No,
the
let me- no, let
culmination
me
No, no,
in the
Atikur Rahman.
people's
Can I
heart,
respond?
which will be leading to divide.
Okay, it is
Divide
getting
in the
interesting.
mind.
It's getting
Between the
interesting.
two major
It's getting interesting. Vishnu.
Can I
Okay,
respond?
Vishnu Shankar Jain has a right to respond to you, but before that, I have to take in the view of Sadhviji also. If you can, mediation is something which goes beyond the legalese. So, for example, the fact that Kashi Shankaracharya had tried to get the two sides together in the early 2000s, the fact that even the Supreme Court, before coming to the 2019 verdict, set up this committee which was having Sri Ravi Shankar and Justice Kalifullah as its members, as also Sri Ram Panchu. The fact that UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has said that please try to resolve this outside. Sadhviji, I think that if this can be done without, bothering about the source from where this thought is coming, because I'll come to you, Vishnu Shankar Jain, on that, and I know there is some issue there, but per se the idea, Sadhviji, that if the two sides come together, sit outside the court and decide that, okay, fine, in the interest of reducing or removing acrimony, let's discuss whether the temple, which is a matter of faith for the Hindu community, civilizational faith, one would say, that maybe some solution can be found out in a manner that, like it happened in the case of Ayodhya, in the Supreme Court verdict, the land which the Hindus want can be given to them and the Muslim side can be compensated perhaps.
See, I do not agree with one thing that you said, that, not considering from where the suggestion is coming from. I will definitely, where the suggestion is coming from and who's accepting it, it has to be taken into consideration. It is very important. It cannot be overlooked. One. Second thing, just before, if I find the other party is very welcoming of, this particular suggestion of mediation coming from this particular Sanatan Sanstha. So one thing, just some time ago, Yogi Adityanath had mentioned that, the Muslim shites should come forward and agree to whatever has a historical mistake. We have been waiting and, no suggestion or no particular attempt has been made from the other side. Now, this Sanstha, as far as I just did some background check, it does not even have 20 people. It's just an organization which is on paper. This particular lady, who's among one of the ladies who were a plaintiff, she went to the court for the right to worship. She has no authority, legal or moral, to sit on the authority of the land of a deity and then say that she can. The land doesn't belong to these three people who have proposed this. They are blood relatives, right? And this is, I do not know where this thing is coming at this moment. They have no legal authority. Who are they? This land doesn't belong to you. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the deity. Who
Yeah.
are they to sit
Yeah.
on it and propose a compromise? One. Secondly,
Exactly. Exactly.
so the question is, this behavior I find is recreant. You bring in an idea of nowhere. I just do find it recreant. I do find, are you just attempting to find some confuse the matter? What is your my I will not go into the matter of mediation. I would rather want to go into finding what is their motivation to confuse the whole process at this moment. Please.
Exactly. I
I
want
think
to
Vishnu
add
Shankar
something to
Jain,
what Sadhvi ji
Vishnu
has said.
Shankar Jain,
I
you
just-
perhaps have better idea of the motivation, but you also respond to what Atikur Rahman said, that you should be, not be taking a very what did he say, petty view of the whole thing and then come and sit across.
Before Vishnu Shankar answers,
see, I am-
Vishnu, can I answer
Yes.
this before? I'm sorry,
Yes,
I'm going
please.
in.
No,
This
please,
is
please.
Yeah, go ahead,
please.
go ahead,
I
go ahead, go
really
ahead.
want yeah. And one thing I would really want to show my discontent about is that if we are going ahead claiming what we feel is our right, it should not be said that we are taking a myopic view of that. My view shouldn't be considered. It is in the court. Court knows what my view is. Everybody has the right to say what they want to say. And just because Vishnu Shankar Jain says that he is not going to settle outside the court, he wants to take the whole legal procedure. His opinion is not a myopic view. He has
Yeah.
all the right given by the constitution of this country.
Okay, let Vishnu.
Why should he be? Please don't say
Let
that.
Vishnu Shankar Jain respond to that, because Atikur Rahman has made a
My
charge.
view
Vishnu
on
should
his
be
view.
able to respond to that.
See, I want to say something very,
Yeah.
very important. We have won on, and I want to say it with lot of sense of respect to Mr. Atikur Rahman. So far as the hurdle of places of worship act was concerned, we have fought this battle from 1991 till 2023 to get over the argument of places of worship act. We won from the District Court of Varanasi on 12th of September. We won from the Allahabad High Court on 31st of May. The matter is pending in the Supreme Court. So far as ASI survey is concerned, we won from the District Court on 21st of July. We won from the Honorable Allahabad
Yeah.
High Court on 3rd of August. We won from the Supreme Court on 4th of August. And now when this survey is going on,
Okay.
Yes.
this survey is going on, this is the entire endeavor to halt the survey. This is a huge conspiracy to derail the
Understood.
survey. And therefore, I'm saying that this compromise
Understood.
talks, we will not participate. And you cannot force a party to settle on compromise
Understood,
table.
Vishnu
or
Shankar
sit
Jain.
on compromise table.
Understood, Vishnu Shankar Jain, but there is a reason why I picked up this thought. And as I said, please discount the source, but focus on the idea, which was pushed by none other than UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also. I'll go to Asghar Khan. He joined us. He's a lawyer joining us from Delhi. Asghar Khan, you would have heard the name of K.K. Mohammed, very famous archaeologist of the country, Padma Shri. He's someone who carried out the excavation of the Ram temple in the early 2000s. He is on record saying that the manner in which the Muslim side or the Muslim community has approached the issue of Ayodhya, Kashi and Mathura speaks of arrogance. He clearly says that there is a case for the Muslim community to really give up claims on these three holy sites and then move on in the interest of communal peace and harmony and progress of the country.
Yes, I would like to start from here. That number one, this is neither the issue of religious issue nor it's a legal issue. But in my view, it's a purely political issue. Number one. Number two, if we are going towards the mediation, we always welcome of this step. There should be some mediation. We can sit together. After all, we are the member of one family. We belong to the country, India, and we love to our country, and we are bound to think or towards the progress and unity of the country. Then my
Okay.
view is this is the best step. The mediation should took place.
Okay.
We sit together, solve the problem, and there is a solution. We all, not only this the issue of Gyanvapi Masjid, but such type of every issue.
Okay.
For every issue, mediation is the best step, in my view.
Okay. Okay. Last word to Vishnu Shankar Jain. Last word to Vishnu Shankar Jain.
See,
Vishnu Shankar Jain, if your concerns are taken care of quickly, Vishnu Shankar Jain, if, as suggested by KK Mohammed, the Muslim side says that, okay, fine, we are giving the temple, like the Ayodhya verdict, you get the temple, the mosque goes somewhere else, would you be okay if that kind of solution comes out?
Not at all. Not at all, sir. You have been occupying
30 seconds, Vishnu Shankar Jain.
premises. You have been occupying this premises from the past 350 years, and you have committed a very, very brutal crime of offering namaz on my temple land. You have committed a very, very brutal crime.
It's wrong.
Who has committed
What
this
he is
crime?
saying, he doesn't know.
Therefore,
Okay, that was not the intention. That was not the intention to raise the tempers and the temperature. The idea was to bring the two sides
We are
for
offering namaz since last
an
600
amicable
years.
solution and look in that direction. Remember, in 2014, we had the longest litigant in the Ayodhya case, Iqbal Ansari, suggesting that let's have an out-of-court settlement. Ultimately, the Supreme Court verdict that came out in the Ayodhya case in 2019 almost had imprints of a suggestion which had come from Prime Minister Chandrasekhar way back in 1991, much before the Places of Worship Act came. That's the reason perhaps why we thought we should discuss this. Again, not focusing in any manner on the source of the idea. Vishnu Shankar Jain, you have put across your position, as also Vidushi Jayat, Sadhviji and Atikur Rahman and Asghar Khan. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll take a short break. On the other side, trending burning question is back.